So define millennials, and then help us understand why those myths, why do they get such a bad rap?
So millennials are young people. My definition is really young people who are 22 to maybe 36 to 38. Also those who are younger, but in terms of in the workplace. And they have a bad rap because we like scapegoats. And we were all young once. We were all insecure, figuring out what we wanted to do. And the media, unfortunately, has sort of fed our need to blame people. There's been lots and lots of negative press about the millennial generation and how they're lazy and slackers, and it's just not true. In my experience, I work with many millennials who also don't like the term millennial, young people, and they work really hard and they're not entitled and they get a bad rap. The biggest difference between the millennial generation and those that came before is the need for constant communication because of technology. So we need to really understand that and give them what they need, which is a flow of communication and transparency.
Can you give us a little insight on millennials as consumers? How do you connect with, why is it so important to connect with millennials as consumers? So from a consumer goods company's perspective.
The key to connecting with the millennial consumer is authenticity, which is a term that is thrown around a lot, it's overused, and I don't know that it's really understood very well. It's all about sincerity, it's about building trust. And if your audience feels like you're pandering to them, as an example, they're not going to trust you. As an example, a lot of talk about having a cool workplace where you have a kegulator and you have, bring your dog to work Fridays or what have you. Those are very gimmicky things, and frankly, they don't really resonate. They're not real. They don't stick. So if you can connect with a millennial in a very real way, in other words, find out what motivates them individually, don't talk to them like they're just one big monolithic group, you will have much more success.
Can you talk about how you need to treat millennials different as employees? So maybe how to attract them, but also how to keep them.
Okay. Attracting and retaining millennial employees is on everybody's mind these days. The key is understanding what is going to motivate them, why they're looking to work with you, and making sure that they understand what you're all about. Many companies have lost sight of their mission and why they exist. And millennials need to feel like they're part of something bigger than them. They need to be purpose-driven. So if your company's not really sure what they stand for, they're not going to be sure what they stand for as a member of the team. So it's really important to understand your vision, how you're going to execute it, communicate that vision to them, and make sure that they are bought in to essentially what you're selling. And that's how you hold on to them.